Hello, teacher. My name is Brenda Gonzalez, and now I'm going to talk about phrases because it seemed to me an interesting topic. I think learn about this topic it can help me to improve my grammar, writing, and speaking skills in English. So let's begin. A phrase is a group of words that stand together as a single grammatical unit, typically as a part of a clause or a sentence. A phrase doesn't contain a subject and verb and consequently cannot convey a complete thought. Let's start with a sentence that has no phrases and then build on it. Janet eats cakes daily. This sentence has no phrases. All of the parts of the sentence are single words. The first one is my cousin Janet eats cakes daily. Now we have a phrase, my cousin Janet. It's a three-word phrase functioning as the subject of the sentence. Note that the phrase itself doesn't contain its own subject and verb. The next one is my cousin Janet eats cakes during the week. We've added another phrase. This one also has three words, but it is functioning as an adverb. The next one is my cousin Janet was eating cakes during the week. We've added another phrase. This one has two words. It is a multi-word verb. And the last one is my cousin Janet was eating cream cakes from the bakery during the week. We've added another phrase, and this one has five words. It is functioning as a direct object in the sentence. These examples prove that phrases function as one single unit within a sentence. But let's look a little closer. The term cream cakes from the bakery has its own embedded phrase from the bakery. This is a prepositional phrase describing the cream cakes. So it's possible to have a phrase within a phrase. It's common, in fact. There's more. The words was eating cream cakes from the bakery during the week. It is also classified a phrase. It's called a verb phrase. A verb phrase consists of a verb and all its modifiers, and those modifiers could also be phrases, as they are in this example. Here are some examples of the common types of phrase. The first one is adjective phrase. An adjective phrase is a group of words headed by an adjective that modifies a noun. In these examples, the adjective phrases are colored and the head adjective is in bold. Dexter had noticeably heavy eyes. Here, the adjective phrase modifies eyes. Victoria was immensely proud of us. Here, the adjective phrase modifies Victoria. The term adjectival phrase is often used interchangeably with adjective phrase, but many grammarians reserve adjectival phrase for a multi-word adjectives that are not headed by an adjective. For example, my auntie is the lady with all the unicorn tattoos. The phrase with all the unicorn tattoos is a multi-word adjective describing the lady, but it isn't headed by an adjective, hence no word involved. Headed by the preposition with. This is an example of a prepositional phrase functioning as an adjective. It is best classified as an adjectival phrase as opposed to an adjective phrase. The second one is adverbial phrase. An adverbial phrase is a group of words that functions as an adverb. In these examples, the adverbial phrases are colored. He sings in a low register. Here, in a low register modifies the verb sings, as it is headed by the preposition in. This adverbial phrase is also a prepositional phrase. Luckily for us, we arrived just in time. Here, the adverbial phrase modifies the verb arrived. The third one is noun phrase. A noun phrase consists of a noun and all its modifiers. In these examples, the noun phrases are colored and the head nouns are in bold. In the first sentence, the head noun is doggy. That is a modifier. In the window is also a modifier, a prepositional phrase functioning as an adjective describing doggy. In the second one, the modifier of eating jelly beans is a prepositional phrase functioning as an adjective describing way. The prepositional phrase itself contains the gerund phrase, eating jelly beans. So this simple noun phrase has an embedded phrase that itself has an embedded phrase. As you can see, the term phrase has a broad scope. Remember that a phrase is any group of words that functions as a single unit. The fourth one is prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is a group of words that consists of a preposition, its object, which will be a noun or a pronoun, and any words that modify the object. In these examples, the prepositional phrases are colored and the prepositions are in bold. As is the case in the first sentence, a prepositional phrase can stand alone as a single unit within a sentence. Here, the prepositional phrase is an adverb of place. Remember the second example from above? Here, the prepositional phrase is functioning as an adverb modifying can tell. Notice that the highlighted prepositional phrase includes another prepositional phrase of eating jelly beans. Yeah, it can get complicated. The fifth one is gerund phrase. A gerund phrase is a phrase that consists of a gerund, its object, and any modifiers. In these examples, the gerund phrase are colored and the gerunds are in bold. The sixth one is infinitive phrase. An infinitive phrase is the infinitive form of a verb plus any complements and modifiers. In these examples, the infinitive phrases are colored and the infinitive verbs are in bold. The seventh one is participle phrase. A participle phrase is an adjective phrase headed by a participle. In these examples, the participle phrases are colored and the participles are in bold. The last one is a positive phrase. And a positive is a noun or a noun phrase that sits next to another noun to rename it or to describe it in another way. In these examples, the appositives are colored. Here is a list of the parts of a speech with an example of a phrase functioning as each one. About adjectives, to make me laugh is an example of an infinitive phrase functioning as an adjective. It describes a book. Phrases commonly function as adjectives. About adverbs, to support you is an example of an infinitive phrase functioning as an adverb. It is an adverb of reason. About conjunctions, not only in but also are examples of a phrase functioning as in conjunction. Most conjunctions are single words, not phrases, and this is an example of a correlative conjunction. About determiners, in this example, there are two phrases functioning as determiners. These determiners are both qualifiers. Most determiners are single words. About interjections, holy moly is an example of a phrase functioning as an interjection. Most interjections are single words. About nouns, forming the tap is an example of a gerund phrase functioning as a noun. Phrases commonly function as nouns. About prepositions, according to is an example of a phrase functioning as a preposition. Most prepositions are single words. About pronouns, no one is an example of a phrase functioning as a pronoun. Most pronouns are single words. About verbs, am going is an example of a phrase functioning as a verb. Only one word verbs. Example, play and think. In the simple past tense, played, thought, and the simple present tense, plays, thinks, are single words. The rest are phrases that include auxiliary verbs. Knowing about these types of phrases and knowing what and how they are used is a great advantage in learning a language. Learning how to create our own phrases help us develop our language skills. In my case, having knowledge of this topic helped me expand my vocabulary and better express my ideas in English in a more clear and precise way.